Hello, everybody. In this video, I am going to go over the math short answer tools on Schoology. If you go to your exam folder, you will see exam instructions. I suggest that you go through the videos there, but we're going to pay more attention to the practice exam here. So this is an ungraded exam. Think of it like a playground where you can play with all the features to get prepared for your final exam. That way, on your exam, you're just focusing on the questions themselves and not how to input your answers. Okay? So, this is what the practice exam will look like. You can do this as many times as you want. So, let's begin. I'm just going to move this up here so we can see the features a little bit better. I have the exam instructions here for you. This is what they will look like on the day of the exam. This is what the assessment policy is and how it will look like on the day of the exam. You have to check these at the bottom. Okay. Now, most importantly, the formula sheet. This is what your formula sheet will look like on the day of the exam. It's for the entire course. Now, your exam is not going to be one or two questions. It's going to be multiple questions, say 25 questions. How do you go back and forth between the formula sheet and a question easily? I suggest that you flag this formula sheet. So on the right-hand side, you have a tools column. Click on the flag, okay? And let's say you're working on a specific question. Again, I only have one question in this practice exam, but let's say you have 20 and you're on question 19 and you want to go back to the formula sheet. You're not going to click back until you get there. What you're going to do is you're going to click on review. It's going to show you all the questions. And then the ones that you flagged will have a flag symbol on them. So you click there, it'll take you back to the formula sheet. Now, how do you go back to your question? You click on review again. I was on question number 4, so I'm going to click on question number 4. If you are on question 19, click on question 19. That's how you can go back and forth easily. All right, now let's look at math short answer questions. They're going to be set up like this all the time. You're going to have some sort of text, an equation, a diagram, a graph, whatever. Over here, and then you're going to have space right below it to input your answers. Now, for these types of questions, the expectation is not to input one number. You actually have to show your steps and your work, okay? So you're going to have to use the math editor. Now, if you look here on the right-hand side, you have a math symbol and you have the letter T. T is for text mode. The math symbol, this one right here, is for your math editor. So if you wanted to explain something in words, this is my answer, blah, 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 blah. And you have your text editing tools here, okay? Every time you hit enter, you can change the editor. You can go from math to text, okay? So it's line by line. Now, let's say I want to insert math notation. So I'm going to click on the math symbol here and just scroll down a bit to have a look at your editors. Now, I set up several editors for you. And you can toggle back and forth by clicking on this drop-down menu. And I'm going to quickly go through them just so you know what each option looks like. Of course, the more you play with this, the more familiar you're going to be. So on the basic math editor, you have fractions, you have exponents, you have subscripts. Subscripts are very important for when you input logarithms. So if you want to say log base 3 of x, that's what you're going to use. You have pi and you have your radicals. Here you have your keyboard. You can insert text or variables here as well. This is just a compressed version of the basic editor. Here you have your algebra operators as well, so more radicals and such. Here we have our comparison options, so it does not equal to, greater than, less than. This is your geometry keyboard. Okay, so this is where you find your degree symbol, your angle symbol, so on. Your trigonometry, you're going to be using this a lot. Now you can mix your editors, like you can go back and forth for the same equation. So if you want to put sine squared, you're going to click on sine and then go to basic and put squared, for example, okay? Here we have sets. So you might need these when you write domain and range. If you're in Math 30-2, you're going to be using this a lot. Maybe not as much in Math 30-1. You've got your different kinds of brackets if you want to write domain and range in interval form, okay? Here we have your Greek letters. So theta is here, pi is here, and so on. We have our different kinds of brackets, again, for domain and range and other things. Your miscellaneous one, so you've got this very important symbol. This is such that. So when you write your domain and range in set notation, you will need this. This is not absolute value. Absolute value was in one of the other editors. It looks like 2 bars. And this is just your general one. So this is absolute value. So there is some repetition from one keyboard to another, but all the options are there. So practice with all of these tools. I have some examples that maybe you can try. So try exponents, try how to put a degree sign that does not equal symbol, greater than, less than, all of those. Practice as much as you can. What you can do as well is when you're doing your review booklet, if you get a specific answer, you can try to input it here to see how you would do that. If you have any questions on how to input something specific or the option does not exist, talk to your teacher and they will help you figure it out. Best of luck.